Hey Matt, happy Thursday. I am glad you are getting your second shot of the Pfizer vaccine. Let's move swiftly on to MacGyverism. Now, I'm not sure if MacGyverism actually is a proper word, but I'm just going to use it in the context of this anyway. I will just point out that MacGyver is an American thing, obviously, as you're aware, because you're American, but it's not that well known in the UK. As a child of the internet, I do know what MacGyver is. In fact, watching The Simpsons growing up, they make several references. But from what I know, it pretty much means just creating a solution to a problem that's cropped up with whatever you have to hand and the resources you have. Unfortunately, it's another one of these situations where you ask me a question and I don't have a specific scenario in my mind that could answer the question, but I can talk on a more general level. One of those is down to a social aspect, like if you're in a social situation and there's an argument about to brew between two parties and you can sort of quickly think of a way to talk it down, both parties try and stop the argument before it starts. Now and again, I've even found myself on one side or another of an argument, and I've realized before the argument has got going quite what is going to happen and what situation we find ourselves in, and I've managed to talk myself down firstly inside my own brain and then talk the other person down to solve it amicably or just agree to disagree, because as a person I really do have no time for drama or arguments or grudges or anything, because life's too short, there's too much going on, there's a pandemic in the world right now, and me and you arguing over something really stupid and getting into a heated debate over it is really not worth it. So I do consider that a bit of a MacGyver situation when you kind of have to think of a way out of a situation before it becomes worse. The other main situation in life where I find myself MacGyvering a situation would be at work. We have equipment that's coming to the end of its shelf life and is soon to be replaced, but because things break down, you have to find ways around to make it work, at least for that present time, to do the job you need it to do in order to do your job and go home at the end of the day. Out of the team I lead on the department I work on, they're all older people, and our company is rapidly moving forward with an upgrade to technology which is always on your phone or online. People I work with really can't get to grips with it, and they're not very technologically minded at all. I find myself fixing other people's technology in ways that you might not necessarily think of. Tech support, because that's basically what they see. I walk through the door, they just see that little paperclip which says, "Do you want any help?" Oh, and one last thing I just remembered. There's also situations where I've had to MacGyver myself a setup in terms of when I'm filming videos. Not so much now, but in the past where I've made tripods out of video and DVD cases, or I've had to wedge my phone in between two things on a shelf to keep it upright so I can film a video. Or even when I used to use a camera and everything, where I used to maybe lean the camera on a stack of DVDs and put a smaller stack underneath the lens so it doesn't weigh the camera down. I just look back at how I used to film videos and think that is needlessly complicated for the quality that's even less than what I actually film with now on my phone. Although the quality does suffer sometimes when I have an incredibly bright spot behind the blinds there that I can't really do much about. I'll see what I can do in editing with that. Probably nothing, because I'm quite lazy these days when it comes to editing as well. Have a great day, keep mattering, and I'll see you next week. And sorry this video was so rambly, but I kind of lost the thread about 2 minutes in.